When I was a 12-year-old, there was a website I spent a lot of time on. It was for a technology company and had a lot of cool toys and games you could play with. These days I see a corporate show-off, but 10 years ago if something was fun, it was fun. The majority of them were experimental features that never made it into their products. But I was a kid who enjoyed clicking around websites in general. Each website felt like a maze with different pieces of knowledge as its treasure. Yes, I also wasted lots of time on Wikipedia. I even went through a phase of hacking security cameras. The internet and outside world in general to 12-year-old me was as mysterious and exciting as a fresh case would be to the detective. 10 years in adulthood came faster than I could ever have imagined. My youth beat in a race of time and that last tinge of intrigue that always marks childhood. Yet I find it hard to reconnect to those days. That hard drive took a good knock when I was 15. It never worked again. But a couple weeks while feeling nostalgic and after looking for relics in the junk drawer of this desk I'd had for over 10 years, I suddenly remembered something. The Internet Archive. Sure, websites go down or get changed, but I could re-experience that website I wasted time on so many years ago. One day when I was 12, I logged off that website for the last time. I never knew the second time was going to be now. Without hesitation, I entered the URL and clicked back 10 years, November 2014. I hit enter and was prepared to experience the most my generation would ever consider to be a form of time travel. The website loaded up fine, a perfect mirror image of what was. This website had a UI of blocks or tiles, like the then latest version of Windows or Wall Street. It was in the int thing back then. It was these tiles that my eyes were scanning. They linked to different pages, and companies being companies, they had a page dedicated to their employees' testimonies. This block had a picture with it, and that picture was of me. No, not the 12-year-old me who wore his black Carhartt overalls without a shirt with a blazer layered on top and had a fake gold dog tags around his neck. It was me now. More specifically, a picture I didn't recognize, but the person in it looked exactly like me. I couldn't work out where it was taken. It seemed to have been taken with a professional camera, the kind that blurs the background. I did what anyone probably would have done. I clicked it, the page loaded slowly. One by one, the testimonials of employees and volunteers came up. But the me? I clicked back to the home page. My picture was gone. In its place was the first one on the page that tile linked to. I considered it may have been in my head. Nostalgia can do some funny stuff. I scrutinized the picture. If I squinted, then maybe it does look like me. You know those corner of the eye moments when you think something is something entirely else? Sometimes it's freaky, but other times it's not. It's merely a fact of life. We work on patterns more than you think. But I couldn't shake it. I swear the image was different only a minute ago. I refreshed the page expecting to see it, but no matter how many times I refreshed, it never came back. Of course, such a picture should be impossible. I quickly, if the archive being hacked a while ago was to do with it, but why would it be a picture of me? On this one site in a sea of millions? The archive wasn't complete enough for me to dig deeper, though I managed to dig up every image used. My one wasn't there. Perhaps it was just in my mind or a computer glitch. After all, this shouldn't be possible. Do you really think I saw myself now 10 years ago? I went as far as investigating multiple archives, and none had the picture I saw. Had I been using a laptop, I would have slammed it shut. But I just closed the tab and went on Reddit. You know, in the top right corner of Reddit's new horrid desktop UI, there's a messages icon. The orange dot always told me I had 5 messages. Pig butchers trying to make me dump all my money into some crypto site no one's ever heard of. People advertising their Discord servers or telling me how they can help me with something. I remember when you bought spam off the shelf, not randomly found it in your inbox. 6 messages. I focused on the icon, hovering my mouse over it. I thought it said 5 a minute ago. Had a new one came in. I clicked it, expecting to read about how I can become a millionaire for the millionth time. A day-old account with no karma. The username a random series of letters and numbers. I scrolled down to read the message. Hello, we've been looking for you at Red. Below it was a picture. Not that picture, but it was of me when I was 12, taken at the mall. I was standing next to a set of doors near the cafeteria where I used to meet up with my friends. I appreciate the random snippet of my former years, but at the same time, a random picture of my younger self taken in a public place is just creepy. After I snapped out of that nostalgia trance, I messaged the person, asking them who they were and where they found the photo. You still like to explore? They asked. Who are you and are you affiliated with this company? I asked. Used to be, but I need your services. Do you still hack or urbex? Urbex? I thought, I'd never urbexes other than the time I sneaked through the staff-only area of the mall. I tried telling them they had the wrong person, but they insisted they hadn't. I eventually caved in and told them everything. Oh, that? This picture? Yeah, I did that, they told me. All I could reply was, the hell is going on? Meet me at the mall tomorrow, 2:35. If I was a woman, I would have noped out, but I was a man who's had their fair share of interesting situations. I decided I could get out if the need arose. The next day, I took with me a fully charged burner phone and a pen. My intention was to use it for self-defense if I had to. I waited at the same spot I would wait at all those years ago. The mall long since having its layout changed till the point it was almost unrecognizable, the cafeteria long gone. Not long after 2:30, I saw a man waving at me. He walked closer and beckoned me to sit at a bench. He carried a messenger bag and wore techie clothes. The first thing he asked was, "Are you the one from Reddit?" To which I said yes, and what on earth was going on with the pictures, the impossible time travel, the link with the website, and who he was. "Are you feeling satisfied with life?" he said, changing the subject. "I guess I'm neutral," I said. "I can make your life interesting again, like all those years ago," he said. "What do you want me to do?" I asked. Sorry if the attention grab was a bit jarring, and who we are isn't that important, we just wanted you to know what we need you to do, he said. He casually reached in his bag and pulled something out. It was a pair of well-worn fake gold dog tags. "What the?" I said in surprise. "I lost those in July 2016 when a school bully jumped me. Nearly made off with my iPhone 6 too, but he threw back when I told him I was going to track him down with it. I never got the dog tags back. I technically wasn't supposed to have them in the first place. My parents told me I was too young to have such a thing. Me and a friend ended up sneakily buying them from a costume shop when we realized we were too poor to afford the silver ones from the jewelers. Come on man, it's just a dangly piece of metal. I kept them hidden for over a year before I lost them." "He's no more," the person said. "What, you killed that guy who robbed me?" I asked. "Nope, V8 Mustang around a tree. This was found near the crash," he explained. "Anyways, do you remember when you used to play games on the Xbox? All those hours spent looking for the jetpack? Or the Megalodon? I want you to do something like that in real life," he explained further. "Back then I was the administrator of that website and I saw you visiting every now and then. I kind of followed you around the internet and realized you had potential. Do you remember that camera in the warehouse?" he said. I had a vague memory of hacking a camera one morning and finding it pretty boring because it was one that couldn't look around. "Well, it belonged to a military contractor. Whoops," he said. "But I'm not here to arrest you or something. Here's the deal. Many years ago I heard rumors of something called cyber entities. They're like ghosts, but instead of the real world, they cause havoc in the computers and the internet. Some can manifest in the real world though. They say they evolved from gremlins. I need you to capture a cyber entity. In exchange, I'll get that hard drive fixed for you, and I tell you, this will bring you back to the good old days," he explained. "What will I be doing to capture this cyber ghost?" I asked. "Wardriving, just go around with a laptop recording all Wi-Fi communications and bring it back to me on a thumb drive, specifically target abandoned office buildings and other places where computers were," he explained. "Because we think cyber entities could be a problem if not dealt with. You know what happened last night? That was cyber entities. They infiltrated the archive a while back. They weren't hacked, it was a cover-up," he whispered. "Imagine if you could save the world and the internet," he continued. "Fine, I'm down," I said. It lingered in the back of my mind that this could be something illegal, contract hacking, corporate espionage. Were cyber entities even a real thing? Before I left, he gave me the dog tags. I still wondered about the link with the bully that robbed me all them years ago. I did the job for a few weeks, collecting lots of data I didn't understand. At the end of the month, I met up with him and handed over the thumb drive. He later told me the data had traces of cyber entities and that it would help research into these things. He paid to recover that hard drive, and I soon became a cyber entity hunter. The only problem is, weird things keep happening, computer crashes, weird files appearing on my computer, messages that pop up. I fully believe in cyber entities now, and I believe I'm being stalked by one, even before I found out what was going on. But this deep dive into the other realm has made me feel like I did 10 years ago now.